it on my feet. Put y'all over me. Louboutin and Valentino, you ain't getting what you see. Put it on my feet. Put y'all over me. Louboutin and Valentino, you ain't getting what you see.
Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. Everyone's feeling fantastically well. It is, what is it even? It's Thursday. It is Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday, 14th of August. And yeah, Premier League kicks off tomorrow. Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Arsenal kick off their Premier League on Sunday. Of course, Arsenal kick off their Premier League on Sunday in the Bell at Old Trafford against Manchester United, of course. But we are not getting into that. We're going to get into all of that stuff on Saturday. Today, oh boy, there is more drama in the fan base. Tony Adams, one of the best captains I have seen at Arsenal, I'm not going to lie, calls out Mikel Arteta and Martin Odegaard. Holy moly, that was a beautiful thing to watch. And of course, he says some things, and the whole top Gooner part of the fan base goes into meltdown, becomes disrespectful, and everyone is riled. We're gonna definitely talk about that. We're gonna talk about, of course, Eze, because Spurs are about to launch a bid to get Eberechi Eze. Meanwhile, Arsenal, well, they're doing nothing. Like, that is the big thing. They are doing nothing. So the big question, what is Arsenal doing even? Those are the big questions for today. So smash the likes if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new around here, and let your thoughts be heard. So put them in the live chat, of course. Big up TK. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Hope you're feeling fantastically well. Thanks, Adam. In fact, even another legend come up and speaks volumes. Fans want Eze at Arsenal. Yeah, fans want a lot of things. Like, depends on which side of fan base you are on. Let's be real, but yeah. No reason why these players are still at Arsenal. Nelson, Zinchenko, Vieira, Lokonga, all these men. Yeah, there is no reason besides the fact we cannot offload them. We don't have, no one wants to pay the money. Let's be real, because of the wages, it is actually kind of insane. To sign Madueke, Arteta moved on quickly. Why is Eze delay? No idea. Literally no idea. For Madueke, yeah, Arteta moved quickly. We signed Madueke like that, but Eze, well, no, we are not gonna get that. It's weird. It genuinely is weird in Arsenal's fan base on those terms, but hey, I guess it is what it is. We have to live, we have to pain, we have to cry, and we have to somehow survive with that. Now, lots of stuff, and it is painful stuff, to say the least, because we're going to talk about Eze first, and there is some very, very, very big issues regarding Eze. Very big issues regarding Eze, of course. As we all know, Arsenal have been linked with Eze what it feels like for a decade, right? Right. So, what Arsenal do to actually sign Eze? Well, nothing. Nothing. Instead, I have to sit here and read this in the online channels. Eberechi Eze is making it clear to Crystal Palace that he wants to join Spurs. That is according to Fabrizio Romano on YouTube. And it doesn't stop there, because here we go. Here we bloody go. Spurs are prepared to open formal talks with Crystal Palace for Eberechi Eze. The plan is to return to the table, reported 2 days ago, 100% confirmed. And also confirmed that Eze would be keen on moving to, well, there's no other way to say this, Spurs, if the two clubs can agree on a fee. So yesterday on the stream, big up Vigilante, by the way. Big up Vigilante. Hope you're doing well. Go subscribe to Vigilante. If there are any mods in the chat, please put his link, gaming channel and his football channel links in the chat. Also, go subscribe to TKA. If there is any mods, seriously, go put their links in the chat, of course. But yeah. What we were talking about, Eze, right? Eze. Yesterday on stream, we talked about this, and I raised this question on the stream. How long Eberechi Eze is going to wait until Arsenal start to submit a bid, Arsenal actually get proactive, and Arsenal actually do something? That was the big question. This is the question I stated yesterday on stream, and one of the biggest things I said because of that was the fact that, and I kid you not, was that Eze will not be waiting. Eze will not wait. At some point, he will have enough, and he will genuinely push for the move somewhere else. That was the case. Uh, that was the case. Let's be real. And now we are sitting here, just a few hours, one day later, literally 24 hours later, and we are seeing this. We are seeing this, that Eze has given green light to join Spurs. And can you blame him? Can you blame him? Because I'm not gonna lie, that is the biggest thing. Can you blame him? Because nobody should be waiting. It's World Cup year. He wants to play. He wants to start. He wants to be the man. He wants to be an England national team. He wants that Tommy Tooks takes him to USA for the World Cup. He wants to be in that squad. How can you do it? Well, you go to a team there, you get consistent game time that offers you the best deal possible, and you just do it. And since Arsenal are so slow on doing things, right? He can choose also Spurs. Let's be real. He's an ex-Arsenal. He was at Hale End. We cut him from the academy. He cried about it. He has said it himself. He has done it. Truth to all that. But at the end of the day, there are no loyalties in football to some extent. It's business at the end of the day. You must do what's best for you, for your future, for your family, and everyone around you. And in this case, if Arsenal cannot get things done, why wouldn't he move to Spurs? Seriously, why wouldn't he move to Tottenham? Spurs just won Europa League. They just yesterday, they balled 2-0 lead in like 10 minutes. At the same time, they were in Super Cup final, nearly got it. They could have gotten 2 trophies in 3 months. Thomas Frank could have won the first trophy in the first official game at Spurs. Thank God for PSG. I'm not gonna lie. And let's be real, PSG had trained only for a week. They just come back from their summer break. But we're not gonna get into that. Just thank you, PSG. That's all I'm gonna say. But ultimately, yeah, I get what Eze is saying here and what he wants to do. He's gonna do it. And I wouldn't be surprised one single bit. If we end up buying Leao or Rodrigo, I wouldn't be mad if Eze joins Spurs. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad. I literally would not be mad. If we sign Rodrigo, Leao, Barkova, Desiree Doué, all them, man, you know the usual suspects, right? Don't care. But if we don't sign Eze and we don't sign one of the big names for the left wing, end it right now. Literally end it right now. Smash the likes, people, as well. Subscribe if you're new as well. Big up Vigilante. Big up. Hell no, we can't let ours get C with let them Kudus. We can't let them get Eze. Hell no. No, we'll crash out. That's the biggest thing. They want Savio. City want about 60-something million for Savio. If Spurs don't want to pay that, they can get Eberechi Eze. For them, it actually would be a better signing than Savio. Let's be real. They need Madsen replacement and everything. So Savio doesn't make as much sense, technically, as Eberechi Eze. English, well, technically proven, as everyone likes to say these days, and everything. He's more calculated value for player. I'm kind of pissed off even talking about this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of a bit lost for words. Hold that, Spurs. Yeah, they lost, but it is what it is. How you gonna Arsenal got to hold that? Now, the big thing is, not too sure how trustworthy is Indikaila. If you know how trustworthy this source is, I beg of you, let me know. Genuinely, beg of you, let me know. But an exclusive. Arsenal want a Champions League winner to join the club, right? Arsenal has reached out to Crystal Palace regarding Eze to hold the talks with Spurs. Arsenal are asking for Crystal Palace to hold the talks, allegedly, right? And this is the best part in all of this. They made their request to Eze just a few days ago, as exclusively reported by us, but now they're going straight to Palace. Now, this is the best bit, this paragraph right here. Crystal Palace is scratching their heads, wondering why Arsenal hasn't put in a bid yet. It's a bit of a mess. It is. It's a massive mess. They're confused about the whole situation. To be honest, we are as well. Everyone's confused. I'm not going to lie. Why wouldn't you be with this situation going on? why you would not be confused. Arsenal have the budget for Eze and doesn't even need to sell anyone to make it happen. See, all this stuff we've been saying for the longest time. Arsenal need to sell to buy is utter crap. We actually have the money. We just are choosing not to spend it. Is true. Yes, on the face value, it looks like Arsenal need to sell to buy after spending almost 200 million. But let's be real, we have the money. We just don't spend it because, well, we are afraid of FFP, PSR, XTF, NFG, NFT, PPCR, and all these abbreviations you can imagine in the world, because somehow Arsenal are the only club who is afraid of this. Look at Chelsea, they don't care. They can sell, they sign, it doesn't matter. Aston Villa, they don't care. They sign all the players. When basically shit hits the fan, they have a month, 2 weeks limit to sell players. They get it done. How comes Arsenal never do that? Why don't we take a risk? We always play it safe. We always play it cautiously. And at the end of the day, we are left with nothing. Seriously, we are left with nothing. And it's not a surprise that we are always starting our season 1-2 steps behind everyone else. Because other teams take risks. If it doesn't work, they sell, they move on. Arsenal never do that, do they? Let's be real. And the nuts part is, you see this first sentence, Arsenal want Champions League winner to join the club. And here we go. They are still pushing the Rodrigo narrative. They are still pushing the Rodrigo narrative, people. This is dangerous game they're playing while they wait on Real Madrid regarding Rodrigo. We can confirm they're waiting on their first choice target, which looks like to be Rodrigo. They want they're still their Champions League player. But if I ask you right now, I am sitting here, I'm talking to you all, and if I ask your honest opinion, do you think we are getting actually Rodrigo? Do you believe in the fact that we are getting Rodrigo? Because personally, I think there is about 0.001% chance of getting Rodrigo. Arguably, I have bigger chance on winning the lottery, actually. Mind you, I could win a lottery much quicker. Like, serious talk, people. Serious talk. Do you think we are getting Rodrigo? I don't think so. I think that Champions League player is just another BS pulled out PR narrative just to calm the fan base down because, well, the Eze talks to Spurs are advancing, but Arsenal to Eze are going silent. Like, serious talk, that's how I see it. Arsenal don't want Eze, actually. They want somebody else. And they will drag this out for the longest time. We're going to sign him, that player, who knows who, to be honest. And then, if it's not Rodrigo, it's going to be someone, I don't know, like some smaller player. And it's going to be addressed like it's the next best thing since sliced bread. It's going to be addressed like that. Because at the moment, fan base is in a bit of a turmoil, let's be real. They are also starving for a new left winger, right? Just like we were starving for a striker for 3.5 years, we are starving for a left winger. And the longer you starve, the lower your standards for the food you are about to eat. Yeah. So that means they can sign any player they want, and the fan base, at least big part of the fan base, will address it like it's a miracle. It's fantastic. It's like Genie granted one of their wishes or something like that. It's gonna go to those levels. Let's be real. Let's be real. Any money Arsenal could have made a bid for Eze was wasted on Madueke. Look that way, to be honest. Like, it's insane. Because it's Arsenal, the way cheap, nothing easy, 1, 2, 3 deal or no deal. Yeah. Big up Sheldon. Big up Sheldon. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Crystal Palace scratching their heads, wondering why while we are scratching our asses. You go. I don't know. The Rodrigo thing is easy, Latin. We could get a loan. I think the article is nonsense anyway. Yeah, I don't think. I have never seen, at least on top of my head, I don't remember, a situation where Real Madrid loans out one of their biggest players at the club with an obligation or option to buy. I haven't seen it. Have never, ever seen it. They usually loan out their Brahim Diaz in development. They sell, for example, some players to Como with buyback option, right? And all this stuff. They don't loan out their Rodrigos, Viniciuses, Mbappes, Bellinghams, Camavingas, and all these, man. That article as well for me sounds like BS. That's total crap. Like, let's be real. This is all more or less PR just to calm the fan base down. Because it happens also during the season. Many times when we have suffered a devastating loss to what's its face, to United in FA Cup. All of a sudden, we get linked with insane player. We go out to Newcastle. Andrea Berta signs. Zubimendi is done. Always something. Or new merge gets released. Just so that we kind of divert our attention to this new stuff. But let's be real. If your eyes are open, if you're wide awake, you don't forget this stuff. Only people who go season by season forget this stuff. Because most of the time when I watch, sometimes I watch some, let's just put it that, how to put this, top Gooners streams, right? They speak about one season and one season only. At best, they speak about 2 seasons. And even then, they talk about it so vaguely that they purposely miss out some details that actually are very crucial to the story. And that is actually kind of nuts. Who better washed up Chelsea reject, Man City reject? Well, Nkunku on loan? Big up Eras, Benteke music in the building. Big up DC United. Hit the likes, people, and subscribe if you haven't already as well. Big up Eros for putting Vigilante's link in the chat. Big up. If you can, please, Eros, put also his footballing channel, because I think this is his gaming channel. Or am I tripping? I know Vigilante has two channels. Big up. Yeah, big up. Hell yeah, get them out. Exactly. And I don't know. I literally don't know. Like, Spurs are getting Eze, Arsenal are, well, waiting on something, apparently. I don't know what, because today I also read that PSG are open to selling Lee Kangin Lee, right? The guy who scored the first goal for PSG yesterday, right? He's also a Champions League winner. Maybe Arsenal are in for him. We have been linked with him before. Like, why not? If PR and this nonsense gets pushed out that way, we can also talk about it like that. Like, tit for tat, as they say, all this stuff. Like, that is the nuts part. Arsenal on purpose are moving slowly. Spurs are moving fast, just so they can basically avoid Arsenal in signing Eze. Like, this is the nuts part. According to Ben Jacobs, right? Benny Blanco Jacobs, and all this stuff. Benny Blanco Jacobs. Here we go. Spurs set to place an opening bid for Eze. Tottenham moving fast to avoid Arsenal's counter. Optimism Eze prepared to join with personal terms with him is not a problem. A new push for Eze after James Maddison ACL. So it looks like he actually could go there. He actually could go there, He actually could go there. That is the nuts part. We actually could miss out on another target of our players. Let's be real. We could miss out on some more players. So, Eros. Where is Eros? This Benteke slander must stop. It's not slander. But who do you prefer then, Eros? Huh? Who do you prefer then? Pirani, Peglov, Herrera? Who you prefer? Lol, we will get Eze. People are not paying attention to what's happening. Well, from your mouth to God's ear, as they say, Big Ups also joins. We better get him, because if we don't get him, the fallout will be insane, to say the least. The fallout will be immense. Quick and painful, to say the least. Let's be real. Now, what else is here? Oh, Trossard. Leandro Trossard, of course. How can we forget about that guy? Leandro Trossard. Of course. We need to speak on him. We need to speak on Leandro Trossard. Apparently, Aston Villa have made an inquiry for Leandro Trossard. Just a few hours ago, they made contact. That is at some point during the day, of course, so don't take it for face value that it was literally 2 hours ago. But yeah, apparently Aston Villa are linked with Trossard, and they would like to take him. They're out there, like, maybe that's gonna happen. Like, maybe that's gonna happen. Arsenal are gonna sell Trossard and then they're gonna sign someone. Then again, sell him, sell him, sell him, sell him. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. None of the above. I haven't watched this United since Marco Echeverri. That's like what, 2008, something like that. No, it's August 14th. Yeah, tomorrow's August 15th. Premier League kicks off tomorrow, and we still haven't even, no verbal agreements. We haven't even put in a bid. We haven't even proposed a verbal bid for Eze. That is the nuts part. That's what's the biggest issue here. You think if Man City and Chelsea wanted him, they would have been, he would have been signed for any of them already. Already he would have been in their shirt and he would be ready for game week 1. Instantly. Instantly. This happens only at Arsenal. Literally, this happens only at Arsenal. Let's be real, people. This only happens at Arsenal, that we drag these deals out for the longest time until at the end of the day, we are screwed. Like, that's how Arsenal roll these days. That's how Arsenal roll these days. And it really pisses me off, to say the least. It really, 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 really pisses me off. 1996. Oh, god damn. Damn. 1996, that was like a kid show for you, right? It was like when you were 2. Oh, sorry, Eros, you're like 90. Oh, sorry, my bad. It's like what? You were 60 then, right? Yeah, 68 million. Yada. Watch. He will go for cheaper than his release clauses. Watch. Crazy thing, Echeverri, this United youth coach. Damn, that's nice. That's nice. Keeping in the family. When Arsenal and Arteta are going on my nerves. Yeah, it's getting on the nerves, and it's getting quite ridiculous, to say the least. To say the least, it's getting ridiculous. And it's getting on the nerves as well. So, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's be real. We have to talk about the elephant in the room, which has caused massive issues in the fan base today. Here we go. What? 14 what? Centuries? Decades? Light years? Ions? Who knows? Our players don't even know how to lift the trophy anymore. Exactly. They can only watch videos. Why does... It's piss off, man. Aside from Mudrik, none of our targets ever get hijacked. We've done our business already. Anything... You think that signing these 6 players, like Norgard, Kepa, who else is there? Mosquera. Who else did we sign already? Forgetting Madueke, Gyökeres, and Zubimendi is fantastic business. It's 10 out of 10 window. We don't need anything else. Everything else is cherry on top. Are you serious? Are you serious? Serious talk. You cannot be serious saying this. Good, big up Joe. You never seem to make never. I never. I don't even try to make them happy. Let's be real. I never even try to. It's not rocket science that Odegaard should not have the armband. Exactly. It's not. Tony just spoke truth, all of his own experience as a player and club's greatest captain. Yeah, 100%. Like, you could argue about the cap. Is he the greatest captain? But I would say he is definitely in a massive argument to be one. Let's be real, because people will have different preferences as the captain. But he is one of the greatest captains Arsenal, at least from what in my history, what I have seen from Arsenal. He is, for me, one of the greatest, if not the greatest. I'm going to be honest with you. Let's be real. Big up Hyper Protagonist. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. No one would hijack the Norgard or Madueke deal even if they were being paid for it. Exactly. That's the thing. And how comes you don't see Man City signing Norgard? How comes Chelsea don't sign Norgard? Why Madueke they were so eager to let Madueke go, for example? Why nobody else went in for Madueke? Like, we sign players everyone wants, according to Mikel Arteta. I haven't seen anyone wanting Norgard, Madueke, Fabio Vieira, and everyone. And when we try to sell these players, nobody wants them still. Like, make it make sense. He doesn't even know what trophy feels like, man. It's this, like, none of them do. Well, we are getting bantered. Yeah, we are getting bantered all the time. The only reason Gyökeres Zubimendi wasn't hijacked was Gyökeres wanted to come to us alone, and Zubimendi got sold on Arsenal by Merino and Mikel Arteta. They all are from the same place, so most likely, and Odegaard as well. They all are from the same club. We done our business, so we are not doing anything more. I want more, but they addressed everything. What else does the squad need? The squad needs a left back, a proper number 10, not Odegaard, in my opinion. We need a proper left winger. So that's 3. For me, it's 3 signings we still need. A proper left back, which one we let go for free this summer, by the way, in Kieran Tierney, because he cannot invent, cry more, and everything. We need a proper number 10 because Odegaard is not it. Let's be real. Maybe if he gets stripped from captaincy, he will get better, as Tony Adams suggested. We're going to get into that in a second. And left wing, well, that has been an issue for quite some time, and we still haven't addressed it. Now, let's be real. When even Martinelli was on top of his game at the time, 22-23 season, right? We still tried to replace him with Mudryk, Car Park Neymar. Mikhailo Mudryk, Car Park Neymar, 80-something million. Literally so obvious that Odegaard shouldn't be captain. For only thing I might push back with, it might not be too clever to strict him from the captaincy for confidence. Well, if he's not confident, if his whole confidence relies in that armband, because that makes him safe, he's undroppable. I'm the captain, I have to start, and I'm gonna play. He's one of Arteta's golden boys. Let's be real. He's not gonna get dropped. That's where his safety lies. And if his confidence is strictly just because of captaincy, well, he's not Arsenal material, is he? He's not Arsenal material. Like, come on, man. Every trophy, this trophy, don't even care about the club. Like, we haven't won Prem in 21 years. Don't stop reminding me this. Stop reminding me this. Let's be real. So, as the clause expire tomorrow on Friday, yes, which means he's only worth what market deem. Spurs will bid about 55. That's when Umberto steps in. Palace will get lower than negotiation attempts. Palace, I think, if Eze moves, Palace will get less than his release clauses. That I've been saying for quite some time, unless someone actually goes in and just triggers the release clauses right now. I've been saying this for quite some time. Even with 68 million, I think Eze would be a decent signing. I wouldn't be against that, right? But ultimately, yeah. At the same time, they will get less. There's no argument about that, in my opinion. Unless Arsenal pay about 70 just so they can pay in more installments, as they tend to do. Only Zubimendi clubs wanted Madrid and Liverpool. Yeah, the only 2 clubs wanted Zubimendi. Zubimendi was the only player that was wanted by anyone else, realistically. Like, Kepa was so unwanted that only we bid when his price was declared at £5 million. Exactly. And he had, let's just say, for Bournemouth standards, he had semi-decent season at Bournemouth. And even they didn't sign him for 5 million. They much rather pay 20-something million for their third-choice keeper, Petkovic. Or Petrovic, or whatever his name is, right? They much rather sign him than sign Kepa. What does that tell you? I hate saying this, but we are absolutely screwed this season. Well, it's been coming. It's been coming. It's been cunning. Wow, finally someone said we need a left back. Kala is too injury prone and we can't rely on an 18-year-old midfielder. Exactly, we are relying on a midfielder to play left back, who actually is not a midfielder. And he's going to get found out this season as well. Let's be real, he's going to face more issues this season. He already got cooked on occasion last season. There's a big opportunity that he's going to get cooked even more this season. Let's be real. You see, this argument, why are we talking as if Norgard is signed to start every week? He's signed to be backup. Man City washed up Gundogan, nobody complained. The thing is, though, Gundogan had some money in the bank. Let's just put it that way. Let's forget about that, right? Let's not use that as an argument. The thing is, this argument only holds until our players get injured. And that is an inevitability this season. At some point, sometime, Rice or Zubimendi, or both, knock on wood, but or both, are going to get injured. And then those guys will have to start on somewhat consistent basis until the other players get back. And then all of a sudden, it's going to become an issue. For me, still the drop-off from starting 11, most of the starting 11, to bench, it's still too big and wide of a gap to be a proper replacement. We need left back, left wing, another center forward. Well, technically, yes, but we are not going to sign those. Like, I get that we are not going to sign also the 3 players I named, the 3 positions. But are we going to have to live with Havertz, right? And the thing is, for me, it's left wing, left back, and a number 10. Those 3, in my opinion. Frankly, we need a left center back too. We are just tolerating Kivior and Calafiori for the season. We could see Mosquera there. I'm not going to lie, because Mosquera last season played for Valencia quite a bit as the left center back. He can play right center back. He can play also right back. So I think we could see also Mosquera in that position. Palace have wasted everyone's time, including their own. Yes, they have. They are playing in Conference League. They will need replacements. And there are also some talks suggesting that Palace are not going to sell Eze until they find a replacement. So we'll see how that goes. They now have a bidding war with the stingiest clubs. None of them will pay over 55. Bertie is going to step in once Spurs bid is in. Depends how much Spurs bid, though. If Spurs have the money, they showed that with Morgan Gibbs-White and some other players they tried to bid for. So we will see. Imagine Norgard is ever tasked with starting weekly. Season will be over. Yeah, exactly. You said it yourself, Odegaard's not going to drop. He should get dropped. Nobody should feel as safe as, for example, Odegaard feels in his role. He can drop stinker after stinker and still start. And if you think about it this way, do you think when Yeri is ready, let's just say, to start 60 to 70% of the season, play full 90? Remember the talks as well with the fact that Vanjiri signing a new deal has put a bit of a halt and reservations of Arsenal signing Eberechi Eze. Those reports as well, do we remember? Anyone remember what it's like seeing Arteta playing DM? That was an old Arteta whose legs were going. That's Norgard, but he's much less Spanish. Oh, bloody hell, 100%. It will be both Rice and Zubimendi getting injured, and our starting midfield would be Norgard, Merino, and Odegaard. And maybe we could actually play Havertz in the midfield. Don't forget that option. Because the best case scenario, the way I see it, the way I would love to see it, if Rice has to come out of the team, put Skelly in the 8 and sign a proper left back. Oh, no way, we don't have a left back. We have to play Calafiori then there. Mind you, when Calafiori plays there, going forward, he's good defensively. Oh, yo, bloody hell, have mercy on my soul. That's a bit different story, right? But if Calafiori is injured at the same time, we are never going to see that. Come on, people. Like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. We should get into this Tony Adams stuff as well. Everyone knew Eze is closed. No one bid 2 seasons in a row. Everyone waiting for the clause to expire. Palace did all wrong, wasting their transfer. Yeah, we'll see what they do with that, though. If they get the money, let's see what they do with it. I'm buying a new helmet for the season. What, you're going to scold bricks or what? Okay, 100 midfielders just in case one gets injured and we have to spend money elsewhere too. Oh, bloody hell. Let's sign a new goddamn manager. Oh, yeah, that would be the best one. We could have signed a left back and moved Skelly into midfield. Yeah, we didn't even need to sign a left back, to be honest. We had one. We actually had a proper left back. Oh, but he's injury prone. He gets injury prone when you play him consistently all the goddamn time without any subs. Then he gets injured. But if we had proper rotation with proper players, no problem. Skelly can step in left back if push comes to shove, if it's necessary. But we had a proper left back in the team, people. We just let him go for free. We had no problem buying Maduki for first price, 52 million. Yeah, we did it like that. Snap of the fingers and he's at the club. To buy Eze and Rodrigo, exactly. There were some left backs available for free. Yeah, Ola Aina, Tyreek Mitchell, and there were some players available. Yeah, didn't even have to spend Norgard fee. Exactly, they could have been signed for free, by the way. Big up, Biggie. How's your backup for Rice? Is Merino? The gap is too big. Exactly. And now imagine the backup for Zubimendi technically is Norgard, unless Rice gets pushed to the 6. Like, that gets even worse. because Zubimendi more or less has been brought in to basically create as well, because Rice cannot do that. So if Norgard has to create, literally, I get it. Big up Most Wanted. Martin Odegaard should be in Baron. Yeah. Yep. How long have you been supporting Arsenal? Since 2002. 7 likes, people. Hit the likes. Yeah, 7. If only 7 likes. Come on, people. Smash them up to 20. Smash them up to 20. Yeah, see, that one definitely we can agree upon, which is quite nice. Here's the deal. Arteta gets players he wanted. I would have bought different players in various places. Oh, 100. I can guarantee you, fanbase, if Berta even had a say for his own without any influence from Arteta, we would see different signings at Arsenal. He's going on blood. I'm so tired of arguing this about this stuff. Yes, he's injured. Yes, he gets injured, but not that much as people think. If you look actually at the time that he got injured and he was injured, he was actually less injured than Zinchenko, Thomas Partey, Tomiyasu, Gabriel Jesus, and other players that were at the club and overall. It's just people want to paint him like that. Tierney actually was very good, and it really hurts me and pisses me off that we let him go for free and didn't even give him a proper chance. We played him even as a left wing last year. Come on, man. Shout out to Tony Adams, 100%. 100%. Remember when Rice shouted at Partey for that yellow card, kept him out of PSG first game? That's the captain leadership. Odegaard had no balls to do that. Exactly. He was standing like, oh, come on. Oh. Next to Declan Rice, pretty much. Moving Rice to 6 MLS 8 would have been brilliant backup option in case Zubimendi gets injured. Exactly. But then we have to play Calafiori as a left back. But if he's injured at that time, like, that's never going to happen. Oh, that's right, yeah. Big up, Enchant. I got to make sure to smash the likes. Yeah, big up, Vigilante. Big up. Smash the likes, people, and subscribe. Come on, guys, like this stream. Exactly. Big up, people. Arteta couldn't even trust Skelly in a DM in the most important match for Arteta's managerial career, the UCL semifinals. Yeah, that also was very interesting that Skelly didn't play in midfield. But Arteta sees him as a left back. Well, I guess he's never going to play in the midfield. I genuinely believe until Arteta goes, we might not see him in the midfield. The thing is, though, by the time Arteta goes, Skelly could be done. He could not recover to be a midfielder. There's also that argument to be made. Makes too much sense. 2002, I've been since 2000. We remember. Big up, Sheldon. Big up. 25 years. 25 years right now for you, 23 for me. Oh, it's been a long time with this. It's been too damn long. Feels like 200 years. He went load of Sociedad and played 20 games. We can't rely on that. 20 games is actually decent. Like, if Kieran Tierney I'm not saying Kieran Tierney to be the main left back. I'm telling just to play him consistently and rotate him, manage him and everything. And I'm not like screaming he's the main left back. But for a change, having a left back that also can overlap, has a nice, very insanely good cross on him, like Kieran Tierney, I'm not in that, just to have that extra dimension on the left side would be phenomenal, to say the least. And to utilize it to the maximum extent as we should be doing it also would be phenomenal. Because the last time Martinelli also was good was when we overlapped him. Granit Xhaka did that at the time. That's a bit different. But at the same time, still, the point stands. Like, that for me is one of the biggest things. He gave us a different dimension, which Arteta purposely refused to use in his game system. I rate Tierney highly, proper player, no crying like Zinchenko. Yeah, Tierney never complained as well. Never ever you saw him complain. Only a real servant to the Arsenal. Yeah. I like Tierney's mentality. We shall our players had his head on his shoulders. He can't stay fit though. He's not Tomiyasu, but fitness was an issue. Yeah. Hard day. There are no games. I need to watch the Europa League qualifiers. At least I'm improving my ball knowledge. Yeah, watching some game from Ludogorets versus Fenercherevos from Hungary. It's actually quite interesting. It's very interesting to watch. Literally. Like, it's actually quite nice. How are my teams doing in this all this stuff, because today we play both of my teams play. So we lost to Finnish team, so we are out, and we are in one of the teams is in Conference League. Where else is where is it? And they lost to Beitar, but they advanced forward since they won 3-0 at home. That's nice to see. That's very nice to see. Anyways, into Tony Adams stuff. Enough about this. Let's get into Tony Adams stuff. Let's talk about this. They lost 3-0. Yeah, Riga lost 3-0 away, but they won 3-0 at home, hence why they progressed forwards. RFS, on the other hand, they lost at home. They totally screwed up the home game. Literally, the first half was unbearable to watch. Not as bad as Arsenal at some games last season, but it was unbearable to watch to some extent. And they lost just now 1-0 as well. Unfortunately, the team they played against, the Coops, right, from Finland, they were for the taking quite heavily. We just didn't do it. So they are now from Europa League being demoted to Conference League. They still need to win like one of the ties. The next tie, I think, and they are in Conference League. Potentially, we are looking at the possibility of two of our teams being in Conference League. Tierney's mentality, trust me, bro. Tierney was a real one. Yeah. Anyways, Tony Adams. Strip Martin Odegaard from Arsenal's captaincy, demands the legendary skipper Tony Adams, as he names the replacement needed to have a chance for winning the Premier League. Arsenal legend Tony Adams has urged manager Mikel Arteta to strip Martin Odegaard of the club's captaincy. Arsenal have played bridesmaid. See, even articles are saying this stuff now. In the title races for the last 3 seasons, falling short against City twice and, of course, against Liverpool. Odegaard was made captain ahead of 22-23 season, following Lacazette and Aubameyang. However, you have to bring any silverware to the Emirates. Well, that's not a shocker. Adams, who famously led Arsenal to 4 league titles, you know, own glittering career. Adams is the one that has statue outside the Emirates as well. So if he talks, you better shut the hell up and listen. Literally, figuratively, all the ways, shapes, and forms. Let's be real. That guy is one of the ones regarding Arsenal. Has identified the man he believes. Okay, he's got a really big call to make this year, what Tony Adams said. For me, he hasn't done it. The call is to make Declan Rice the captain. I think Declan is my kind of captain and might free Odegaard up to play with a bit more freedom. It feels like that when it feels like the armband is weighing way too heavy on Odegaard's shoulder. It's kind of screwing him up. Every now and again, as a manager, you have to put someone who reflects you, who reflects the football club that you think can actually take you to the next level. Odegaard reflects manager perfectly. Declan Rice doesn't. Football where the club actually wants to take the next level, that would be Declan Rice or Gabriel, in my opinion. When asked if he thinks Adams, when they asked if Rice is a winner and if Arteta is not, the former defender answered diplomatically. Well, get it. I'm just saying he's got the opportunity this year to actually turn into a winner. He added, to win league titles, you have to be a Jurgen Klopp. You have to be a Sir Alex Ferguson. You have to lead by example. You have to be a winner. You have to go about your business. And that reflects in your captain. For me, it's Gabriel Magalhaes or obviously Declan Rice. And I'm seeing Declan Rice as captain, but I'm saying it to Arteta. Come on, step up now. It's your time to be winning manager and fantastic manager, because you are not going to win the league with Odegaard as the captain. Holy crap. See, when we say this, right, as we get so-called bottom Gooners and all this stuff, Arteta out and all this stuff Goldbridge likes to yell and all this crap, right? We are toxic and negative. We should F off down the lane. We are plastic fans. We don't claim you, toxic and negative, and all this stuff, right? When Tony Adams says it, he gets the stick for that as well. That is the nuts part. This is how hypnotized and blind top Gooners are. They even are cussing out Tony Adams. And we're going to get to those comments in a second. I have some saved up, by the way. I have top Gooner comments saved up, what they said about Tony Adams. 100%. We're going to look into that as well, people. And like and subscribe if you haven't already. Adams believes Rice's durability, leadership are exactly what Arsenal needs to finally get their hands on the title after coming close in the last 3 seasons technically, but it's 2. We cannot count last season. You've got some in there who's going to play every game all season. That is Rice or Gabriel, in my opinion. That's going to encourage people to come in and lay the foundations for these foundations that we've been laying with Odegaard and Mikel Arteta. It has been freaking. We are running out of concrete at this stage. I'm not gonna lie. Of a title-winning team, Declan Rice can do that. Odegaard can't. Come on, Arteta, make him the captain. Big up Tony Adams. Big up Tony Adams. And I'm not gonna lie, the stuff we're gonna look into in about 2-3 minutes once I get through the comments is sickening, is painful, and utterly and totally disrespectful from top Gooners what they are saying about Tony Adams. A guy who is arguably Captain Arsenal, who has statue outside the Emirates, that Everton goal, if you know, you know, and all this stuff. Like, come on, people. Watching if the teams from my country can bring some rating points to my country. Beggy, where are you from? Where are you from, Beggy? Seriously, because I think you have mentioned it in the chat. It's skipping my mind. Respect Tony Adams. Exactly. Arteta is too egotistical. He will not listen to maturity. He has kids mentality. Yeah. No offense, Tony is talking shit, and our person wearing the armband doesn't change win, lose, or draws. What? Sorry, wait. What? What? Seriously, what? You want to tell me that a proper player who is a proper winner, who has proper mentality, who can pick the team, who can shake the team up, who can actually tell the players what needs to happen, do, and everything, is worse than Odegaard, when only things he does on the pitch is run a lot, fixes his hair with his snot, like, does the chicken dance on the pitch, or spins around like a Beyblade. You want to tell me that is captain material? But Declan Rice, who gets into Partey's face and is ready to slap him up for getting unnecessary yellow against against Real Madrid, and he has to miss PSG game, is not? You want to tell me that Gabriel, who screams at half of the whole squad when he's defending, when goal balls out of play, when something has been done wrong defensively, is not captain material? Those two guys are leaders. Those two guys, nobody's going to say anything against them. With Odegaard, it's always cuddles, rainbows, Skittles, and all this stuff. Oh, can I massage your feet, Mikel? Ooh, and all this stuff, What the hell are we doing here? Listen, Tony Adams to Arteta now is the ops. Yeah, he's keeping Odegaard captain and starting Kai Havertz. He might do that out of spite. I'm not gonna lie. That could also be the case. Gabriel Magalhaes should be the captain. I agree with that. I enjoy being a bottom Gooner. Same, and it's not too bad here. Genuinely not too bad. Tony shouldn't be talking about managing winners. You're managing Kredzar toilet. You are arguing with a person. You are discrediting a person who has won 4 league titles at Arsenal, who has led the team to titles, who has led the team by example, by winning, by proper mentality. He's the guy who in interviews openly has said that Arsenal every season should be going for all the trophies, and that is minimum requirement. They should be winning trophies every single season. Same captain who goes into manager's office and says, today we are not training because the whole squad is drained and we all are in the red zone. Manager says, you are training. Tony Adams says, no, we're not. We are not. And the team doesn't train. Oh my God. I cannot. Oh, Wusa. Okay, we move on. Big Apache, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. When you think it's okay to shit on Henry and Adams, this is how you know these people are heterosexuals. Exactly. That's how it looks like. 100%. They, as soon as Henry, Adams, Emmanuel Petit, all these guys call this stuff out, instantly disregarded, shit, jealous, useless, and all this stuff. Like, make it make sense. Seriously, make it make sense. And that is, just for an opinion. His ideas, that's how he sees the game. He is a proper captain. As Vigilante said, best captain in Arsenal's history. And you are disregarding that. He has a statue outside Emirates. He is one of those you can call Mr. Arsenal. He's a winning captain, to say the least. The GOAT of Arsenal. 12 likes, people. Like and subscribe. Push it up to 20 if it's possible. Okay, so Rice has the armband. That makes us win the league. The armband gives Rice a Super Mario power to that's a... What the... I know how Normski feels now every single day when he goes into the Matrix. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to realize how Normski feels. Big up Normski, by the way. Normski TV, go subscribe to him. How he feels going into the Matrix every goddamn day. Seriously. People, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Big up, people. Is this a recent interview? Tony Adams said this yesterday. He said it yesterday. It was yesterday's interview. But this season is about to start. Why start this around the clubs you once captain? You should know better. No. That sounds hella mad, Eros. That sounds hella zesty. Like, I'm not gonna get into it. Okay, moving on. I personally hate the captaincy talk because I don't think it matters. But him having that opinion is something that people should not shit in. Exactly. Like, having captain matters. Let's be real. I have been a captain of my team, and it matters. I genuinely can tell you it matters. Like, people can say it doesn't matter as much, but once you have been given the armband and you have to take on responsibility over 20 men at least, it's something different. It's something just hits you differently at the time when you have to do it. Yeah, give me something. Literally, give me something. The huge pause there after here. I malfunctioned, I think. There was a glitch in the system. He said nothing wrong, by the way, but as a legend, who I'll respect, you have respect. Exactly. And I don't think it matters because if you are an actual leader, you don't need an armband to do all that. I get the point I get it. But in my opinion, the captain should be the actual leader. Captain should be leading by example. He should be doing things. He should be keeping people accountable. And he's doing none of that. Fixes his hair with his... Like, we have seen this on camera. Like, it's been caught close up where you're talking about the armband isn't going to elevate Rice's game in the 8th. It's not a power-up perk. Go play your Nintendo Wii or Sega and play your Mario Kart, you know? Have you watched Vieira as captain or even Roy Keane as captain? Dude, that rivalry between Roy Keane and Vieira, that was something different. Seriously. It seemed and believe as captain is a leader on the pitch if a ship has no captain. Odegaard would never be able to tell it. No, never. He would massage his feet, do the back rubs, oil him up, and all this stuff. Tony Adams echoes our thoughts. But to say that before the season starts as well, the timing is weird. I'm gonna be honest. The timing is a bit weird. At the same time, I get it. I'm not gonna lie, but should be this stuff should be talked about in off season more than actually like 2 days before the season kicks off. I think Adams' insights as a winning captain are valuable. Exactly, just like Thierry Henry's, Emmanuel Petit, and all these guys. Him being a bad manager isn't changing that. It just makes him a bad man. Exactly. Some people cannot be managers. Some legends cannot be managers. But that doesn't discredit what they have experienced, what they have achieved, and what they have done in their careers. They speak from experience, winning experience, endless winning experience with proper mentality. We should have in the team more people with the mentality of Tony Adams and people like that. But we don't. We have only marshmallows. Thierry didn't have good time as manager, did he? Well, not so much. Captains, exactly. I wonder what would have happened if Henry had come out on the team that. Sorry, I wonder what would have happened if Henry had come out on the team like that. I was known top Gooners will also go on. Oh, they have already. I have seen top Gooners say that Thierry Henry should lose his statue in front of the Emirates because I think it was November, December when he called out Arteta on Martinelli, his management, boring football, and all this stuff. I have seen top Gooners say that. It's insane. Captains are expected to inspire confidence, maintain clear communication, and foster a positive team environment. Say it louder. The problem isn't the captain. Doesn't matter who's captain. You got to worry about the manager. You can have Jesus Christ as captain, but this manager you still won't win. Yeah, that is also true. What are you talking about? Mikel has won an FA Cup and has managed Arsenal at top level. Who the hell has Adams? Io movo ma Felipe. Santa Maria Costanza Bomboniera, por favore, scusa-moi. How can people have this idea that we can't have opinions on football, yet everyone has political opinions despite never having set in president? Yeah, exactly. Like they get opinions all over the place without any actual experience and everything. But anyways, I promised you some top Gooner comments, right? I did promise you that. So here we bloody go. Here we big up Nally. Hope you're doing 34 degrees in Belgium. Hope you have an AC there. Hope you have an AC in your house. Because if you don't, oh goodness gracious. But yeah, here we go. This will be prime time. Look at some of these comments. When Tony Adams lost 14 out of 16 games as a Portsmouth manager in 2008 and then lost all 7 games to Relay Granada in 2017, why didn't he try to turn it around by switching his captains? Oh, bloody hell. Oh. See, social joints will jump on this like stink on cheese in a second, 100%. Anyways, let's move forward. Tony Adams is spot on. This is a man who captained 4 league titles. I think he knows a thing or two about captaincy. Exactly. Odegaard wearing the armband is a travesty. Your captain should have have stature and evoke respect and fear in the opposition. I don't care if feelings get hurt. Big up to Mo Arsenal. He tends to troll at times, but this right here, he's speaking total and utter facts. Big up to him. That should be the captain, not Odegaard. Igal. Oh, that's why I like the gal's tweet. And we're going to get back to that in a second. Tony Adams is the worst Arsenal legend. I hope this never talks about my club again. The disrespect towards one of the biggest legends in Arsenal's history, a guy who has a statue outside the Emirates, Mr. Arsenal, Captain Arsenal, 4 league titles, carried his team on his back. In the dressing room, on the pitch, out of the dressing room, behind closed doors. And people say this, like, so that's that. Anyways, moving on. Tony Adams' opinion on who should be Arsenal's captain is completely irrelevant. The only opinions that matter belong to Arteta and the players, and they want Odegaard as captain. Well, that's the biggest issue there. If anyone thinks they know better, that says more about them than Odegaard. So actually, a proper captain thinks he knows better. I haven't read these, by the way. I just liked when I saw some words here or there. I haven't read these. Literally haven't read these. Moving on. Tony Adams is what you get when you hand an old fool a microphone in a room full of people ready to milk every unfiltered word out of him. A clown in a circus. This guy, who is having Mikel Arteta as his profile picture, by the way, mind you, is calling Tony Adams a clown. I'm sorry. What? Moving on. Seeing the Tony Adams comments on Odegaard, dear Tony, love you as a player, but the era of those types of captains, the ones like you, are over. It died out with John Terry. It doesn't exist anymore, and to expect is just being uninformed about the current state of football. Anyways, some comments before we get back into this. It's amazing that the guy who has a fall has this much of a hold over so many people. Exactly. Just because he got in top 4, he is some legend. Poch was doing exactly what do you want. Exactly, and that's the nuts part. The guy has done, let's be real, in the grand scheme of things, nothing at Arsenal. He has blown 1 billion down the wind and has won nothing, pretty much. One FA Cup with not his squad even. And he is more loved than the club itself. Somehow, Mikel Arteta is more loved by this fan base than Thierry Henry, Pizzi, Bergkamp, Perez, Tony Adams. Yet when they have to argue about the Arsenal with opponents, with our rival fans, instantly, first thing they do, remember Thierry Henry, you destroyed you at that final. We destroyed you then. Patrick Vieira goal, Tony Adams goal, the Perez lob from what was it, 20 yards out and everything. Instantly, as soon as the argument comes, you use the legends. Instantly. But somehow, when they talk sense and actually say as it is and state their opinion of the club, don't care, they should shut up, disrespect, abuse, the DMs are wild for them 100% on social media, they should lose their statues, and sheer utter embarrassment. How does this doesn't compute? Literally, Mikel Arteta and top Gooners blind being led by the blind. That's what it is. One blind shepherd and billion blind sheep. That's what it is. You cannot say that it's not like that. When literally, Mikel Arteta tomorrow can come out in an interview and say, the sky is green. And you can bet your sweet ass the whole Top Gooner fan part of the fan base, the sky is green, and they're gonna argue till the last breath about that. They will try to prove their point. Because Mikel said so. Exactly. He gave an opinion about captaincy. He won 4 league titles as a captain, so he has way more say. Exactly. Igal remaining politically correct, taking no sides at all. That's nice for a change. I think he kind of is a bit humbled after saying Arteta is better than Wenger and all this stuff. So, yeah. If a captain needs to inspire confidence in the team, Odegaard inspires confidence in the opponent's defense. Yeah, he inspires opponents, 100%. Whoa, that block was swift, dude. Literally, the greatest captain in Arsenal's history isn't qualified enough to give opinion about the captaincy situation. Make it make sense. Exactly. That's like saying Gordon Ramsay knows nothing about cooking. That's the same levels. League titles, 3 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, and European Cup Winner Cup. That's what has Arteta won as a player. The FA Cup only comes on. Come on, some people are clueless. They become Arsenal fans yesterday. That's what it is. They literally, it feels like half of the fan base become Arsenal fans when Arteta became a manager. And if you even think about it, by the way, Arteta has been for almost 6 years, right? So technically, if you are, let's just say you started support Arsenal when you were 10 years old, right? and you are 18 now. You're a teenager, you're an adult, technically 18, and all this stuff. You have only seen Emery, Ljungberg, technically, and Mikel Arteta. If you start supporting Arsenal when you were 10, right, and you are 20 now, you have seen last 2 years of Arsene Wenger, still won a cup, by the way, and you have seen again Emery, Ljungberg, and Arteta. Like, it's insane. That's why they discredit everything our legends say. Damn, the church of Arteta is stronger than I could have imagined. Yeah, dude, it's like Fort Knox, to say the least. It is. It's insane. Nobody said you can't come and just think his takes are ass. He shouldn't be talking about manager levels. He's not talking about manager levels. He's talking about the captaincy of the club. He's talking what captain should be, what captain is, and what captain does. And he doesn't see those qualities in Odegaard whatsoever, and that potentially could be hampering his performances. Hence why he thinks and suggests that Declan Rice would be a better captain. This is why I don't watch ex-player interviews. Oh, well, oh. Nice, a guy missed an open goal from 2 meters. That's Havertz, no? Where's Arteta's managerial credentials when he took over? You were only against that decision? Oh. You don't find it weird that actually coaches never talk about other coaches? It's always failed managers, pundits talking shit. Not even Allardyce would say that rubbish about manager levels. Have you ever noticed that different presidents of different countries don't talk shit about different presidents of different countries? Yet only the people that live in the country talk shit about the president? Have you noticed that KFC doesn't talk shit about McDonald's? But only people who eat at KFC talk shit about McDonald's, and only people who eat McDonald's talk shit about the people about KFC? Like, Arteta has caused more pain than joy, can never defend his side. Exactly. That is the biggest thing here. That is the biggest thing. Just because talking shit about other colleagues publicly when you're a manager yourself looks bad on you. Players didn't say that shit about Sterling. Does that mean he was an amazing signing? Yeah, 0 goals in Premier League. Good signing. Arteta approves. If Arteta said the ball is square, Arteta worshippers would all be, yeah, exactly. I'm Arteta out, but I'm not gonna come on let rubbish be spewed. Let's have some objectivity and true facts. The league gunner thing is corny. It's actually getting embarrassing. Just state. Yeah, just Arteta has a cult following. I hope people turn and bring the banners like they did with Wenger. Not so sure that could happen, actually. Big up, Jimmy. Big up, Jimmy. Hope you're doing well. When you're married to an idea, it's hard to change. Rice definitely should be. Yeah, I can see Rice being a captain, just like I can see Gabriel being a captain. But I don't see Odegaard being the captain. It's probably laughing about the presidents and KFC jokes. Too hard for me, captain question. Arsenal, it's Christmas, Santa Claus FC. This is tough crowd tonight. It's very tough crowd. Anyways, let's look at some comments on Igal's tweet. He basically tweeted out that Tony Adams goes in on Arteta and says you should strip the captaincy from Odegaard and give it to Declan Rice. Big up Igal, by the way. Big up Igal. Arsenal fans, thoughts, do you agree? Here are the comments, and this is gonna be nice. Captain should be either Gabriel, Raya, not that's a different type of end of this discussion. Saliba and Rice. Oh no, he's at the ball again. Oh my goodness gracious. Man getting so old already. Holy crap. This is a Bible verse and a half. Odegaard is as competent to be captain of Arsenal as Rice is. Ultimately, the manager of the team after due consideration and consultation. That's a ChatGPT answer. I'm not going to read that. I'm sorry. Since leaving Arsenal, this man only has negative things to say about the club. Is it personal? Was he being treated badly whilst there? Oh my goodness gracious. How is that negative? I don't get it. Seriously. Oh, he's arguing what Social Joins is arguing, that he manager things. Well said, Tony Adams. Let me see and hear Arsenal fans call out a serial Arsenal winner and legend Tony Adams, who won more than Arteta and Odegaard could ever dream of. What Arsenal fans going to say? Tony Adams doesn't know what he's talking about and Arteta does? I dare Arsenal fans to criticize Adams. Well, it is actually kicking off everywhere. Agreed. Okay. Whatever Tony Adams said is absolutely correct. This is what I'm telling from last season in itself. Arsenal need a strong player as captain. Look at the winning teams. They all have winning mentality captains to back them up when the team goes down. Big example is Steven Gerrard at Istanbul. Istanbul night, make Declan the captain and no one else. That's the thing. If you look at Liverpool's captain is what's his face? Van Dijk. Chelsea's captain is Reece James. Spurs captain is Romero. City's captain at the moment, obviously, is Bernardo Silva, but he has the vice captains and all this stuff like Rodri, Diaz, and they always win, so it doesn't matter as much, but you get the point and all this stuff. United's captain is Bruno Fernandes. He has winning mentality and stuff like, let's be real. Let's be real, people. For me, the captain is Big Gubby. He would be perfect. Respect Odegaard and rate him. He's a player, but Big Tone is bang on here. See? Mr. Arsenal, I'm not... Adams is in no position to judge in any other way because he's not around the training ground. He doesn't know Odegaard as a person, the character, his way from cameras, and his relationship with the coach. What, massaging feet, rubbing oil on the back, and doing back rubs like that's proper captain? I'm not an Arsenal fan, and I agree. See, even United fans are agreeing with what Tony Adams said. Even one of our main rival fans are agreeing with this. Arsenal captains to lift the Premier League the captains to lift the Premier League in last 10 years. Van Dijk, Walker, Gundogan, Fernandinho, Jordan Henderson, Vincent Kompany, Wes Morgan, obviously. Tony Adams a legend, but the proofs is in the pudding, no? I think this take may be slightly outdated. Well, why not Saliba as captain? In this order, Gabriel, Declan, Odegaard. No, Odegaard, just remove him. Declan Rice is not captain material. While I love Big Tony, Pep has shown, and the last 10 years of Premier League pretty much, that the old mentality of a single captain doesn't run it. KDB was City's captain and made 18. Like, what? By his statement, you get a captaincy, you don't play. Well, that's not nice. Tony Adams can say what he wants, and if it hurts the feelings of some players, then they shouldn't be Arsenal. Facts. If it hurts any fans' feelings, they can jog on as well. Facts. Odegaard could play until he's 100 and not get close to winning what Adams did. Facts. I completely agree with this take. We talked about this last season. Our favor of Big Gabby. Rice is inevitable. Odegaard is the right captain. Oh, bloody hell. Body language experts. What did you make of the slump in the chair at the beginning? What the hell is that even for a comment? I don't really care, but let me be honest. He's right about Odegaard not being the kind of captain, but I'm not sure his solution is right either. Arsenal has others who deserve captaincy ahead of Rice. Real Madrid fan, by the way. Odegaard's club. Odegaard has no captain mentality. Even the Real Madrid fans are saying this stuff. Need any more proof? Like serious talk, need any more proof? Where do you find these Arteta-loving cornballs? I don't get to meet them, see them, or hear them, dude. Start streaming. Say something, and you will see instantly. Big up, Jimmy. Big up. We wearing the right colors for Santa. To be honest, if this keeps up, I might start a stream in Santa hat very soon. Big up, Dre. Hope you're doing well. You're not in decision of manager. It's you are, first of all. I think Odegaard's a good role model, but he doesn't mean he should be the guy leading 10 players on the pitch. But big up, Dre. So Rice becomes captain. We don't win anything. Then what? Give me another shot. Whiskey, please. We are acting like fans protesting, demanding change doesn't matter. If we just accept this, then of course he will never win. Yeah. What did Odegaard do except run around like a headless chicken, pretty much like a pigeon, until Rice crossed the ball? That Real Madrid game was captain's performance from Rice. Yeah, to be honest, Odegaard told him to cross the ball. Arteta told him to cross the ball. Jover told him to cross the ball. And Declan Rice said, "If you all, I'm going to shoot this," and he scores 2 goals. Not true. Casillas was captain of Spain. KDB and Iniesta, Xavi, complete opposite of Tony's preference. It doesn't matter who it doesn't matter who wears the armband. Your team just has to be good. Doesn't matter who wears the armband. Since you like to going in these ludicrous things, give the armband to win the dog. Might as well. If it means nothing, give it to win the dog. Questioning our legend Tony Adams. Are these people? If I speak, I'm in big trouble. I'm a Spurs fan. Big up, Chris. Big up. Unlucky last night, but thank God. I'm a Spurs fan. Rice would be a better captain. Facts. Even Spurs fans are saying this. You saw United fans, Real Madrid fans, even Spurs fans are saying this. I think Pep was really serious about the captain role after the team wanted Walker to be the captain, and then he left for him to Milan. Yeah, football's gone. Looks that way. Yeah, I could be over-exaggerating. Why we agreeing with Man U fans? This in-house discussing, you not family. But that's the thing. They agree with us. That's the nuts part. They agree with one of our legends. They agree with one of their rivals. That is the mad part. Literally. That is the nuts part. That's like Rocky Balboa going in the ring, shaking Drago's hand and saying, "You are right, I am weak, I'm back to USA, peace out." Anytime someone says modern captain, it is something, yeah. David Silva didn't go a whole season being shit though. Yeah, David Silva, dude. Speaking of David Silva, I've seen some Arsenal fans tweeting out on Twitter saying that Odegaard is better than David Silva. That was everything I needed to know, that they are no. In Belgium, unfortunately, previous years, yeah. I'm telling you, they wouldn't have complained if Arteta made Rice captain without Tony Adams even saying anything. Exactly. Then they would have no problems, because some of these top Gooners themselves have said Rice also could be the captain. But just in spite of the fact that Tony Adams said it, they're throwing their toys at the pram. That shows it all. It's not defending our club captain Odegaard, but the manager. Exactly. Your guys are out of touch. Tomorrow I will play football with random people. No one will be the captain after 20 minutes in the game. Everyone will adjust, pick their position, and will just play. Well, good luck in pro clubs. True caps make decisions at the right time, right or wrong. Rice did that and owned it. Exactly. Facts. 100% facts. Casillas was Real Madrid captain at like 21, 22. You must not have seen him if you think he was not according to Tony's preference. Big up Harrison. What do you think of links? How will Rice be? If Odegaard is better than David Silva, then Martinelli is better than Pele. Basically, that's the same levels as top Gooners said. That's basically the same levels. This Harrison brother. I have little good captains, to be honest. Most clubs get shitty. Exactly. Can count on my hands the decent ones. Even Henry wear our armband. Not good. RVP not good. Yeah, but to be honest, there have been some great captains. If you think about it. Pirlo, Bonucci, Barzagli, Chiellini, Baresi, Maldini. Obviously, Casillas, Ramos, Puyol, Iniesta, Xavi, Modric, I would argue 100%. Company, I think Yaya Toure was at some point. Obviously, Van Dijk, Gerrard, Lampard. And of course, the Arsenal captains, Vieira, Adams, and all these guys. Like, you can go on forever. Not even talking about, like, Casillas, Buffon. I'll call this captain talk. Where is it? Yeah. Is the position out yet to remove the famous Tottenham? It is. Just like with Thierry Henry, they said, and all this stuff. There are some mumblings. There are. If Arteta would give Rice the captain role, you will see all the top Gooners and do a 360 to say Rice is better than all the Gunners. Yeah, at some point they would. Yeah, at some point they would, people. Yeah. Big up, why not? Hope you're doing well. Big up, hope you're doing too well. Why not? Big up, people. But yeah, people, it's time. It's time to end the stream today. We have ruffled some feathers. Let's see what tomorrow brings, because this is insane. For today, I will be signing off. Hope you had a great time. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Hope you enjoyed the arguments. Discussions, not arguments. Let's be real. Those are only discussions and opinions. Big up, everyone. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you all tomorrow. Premier League kicks off tomorrow. We'll have the Premier League open on another screen, but I will still be live. We're going to talk about Arsenal, of course. But for today, I will be signing off. Have a nice evening. Have a nice day tomorrow. Enjoy Friday. And see you very, very, very soon. Peace.